Here's an AMI This Week shortcut with Laura Bain.
For more than a century, CNIB has been providing essential services to Canadians who are blind or partially sighted. This is everything from social programs to technology training to retail services. Like so many organizations, CNIB has had to adapt due to COVID-19. And although their physical locations are temporarily closed, CNIB continues to offer programming to clients across the country. Joining me now from her home office in Toronto to discuss this change in operations is CNIB Senior Vice President Angela Bonfanti. Angela, thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me, Laura. It's my pleasure to be here.
The first thing I wanted to ask is what sort of programs are CNIB offering right now and how are they being offered?
Well, we've gone completely virtual. So that's the biggest change for us. And I think it's a bit of a forever change for our organization. We're like many other organizations where virtual was always on the horizon and it was always part of our work plan. But COVID-19 really did give us that boost we needed to just get it done. And so all of our existing program offerings have gone virtual. We've also created over 200 brand new virtual programs that are offered, whether you have access to a landline or whether you can access through Zoom. And so those have been tremendously successful.
Yeah, absolutely. So I want to just break down some of the things that you got into a little bit there. And something that I noticed as a client was just how quickly the programming was available after the physical locations closed. So can you tell me a little bit about what behind the scenes went into that decision and what kind of logistics had to take place?
Oh, it was an interesting time for sure. We all lived with this false sense of permanency, and we didn't know early days what to do, but we knew that we are an organization for over 102 years now that works to help remove people from isolation. That is our space. So at a time where isolation is being mandated, we felt there was a need for us to rise up, to double down. This was not the time for us to run for shelter and to wait for better days before we came out as far as programming goes. That's why I moved so quickly, because we felt this urgency and we started hearing that, people were really left alone and confused and not sure what COVID meant for them. And we felt it was our responsibility to be one of those voices that again, rose up and altered our business completely to make sure that we were relevant and meaningful, providing a meaningful impact to the people that we serve.
I'm wondering if you've discovered any benefits to doing the programming virtually and maybe some things that have surprised you about it.
Oh, it's been full of wonderful surprises. When we decided to run virtual programs, we also decided that we needed to call every single person we had permission to fill in our database. That's just over 10,000 people. And the knowledge we've gotten from there, some of the programs we've developed have been from those conversations directly. And that's been hugely impactful to us. We wouldn't have half the content we have if it wasn't for people saying, hey, you know what I need right now? This would be great.
Yeah, and I mean, there's so much being offered. I've seen fitness training and career workshops. I've had a chance to take in a couple of the live concerts on Facebook, which has been great. So it sounds like some of that has really been client driven in terms of making the decisions on the programming, which is great. I'm wondering if you can tell me, what's the attendance been like and what kind of feedback are you getting?
Attendance has been beyond anything we could have ever imagined. And I think it's to your point that we were able to so quickly turn the lights, turn the switch on for virtual programs. So we have about 3,000 participants that we wouldn't have, for the most part, we didn't really know even existed. I know we know Stats Canada tells us we have 1.5 million Canadians living with significant sight loss, but we don't have 1.5 million Canadians coming through CNIB doors or enrolled in programs. And so that was a big lesson for us.
Where can people learn more about these programs that are being offered and how can people participate?
CNIB.ca. As soon as you get onto our landing page, our virtual programming is the first thing that you should see or hear. And we just ask that people give us at least 24 hours to register. The programs are very popular.
Well, Angela, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you. Bye-bye.